Radio London.
Sorry, 3:37. The show is whizzing by. My thanks as ever to our resident social media and technology expert, James Erskine. He's here on a monthly basis giving us the latest news in the world of social media and tech. You can find more details for him, by the way. It's on social media across the board. So whether that's Blue Sky, X and LinkedIn, it's just his name, James Erskine. Very simple. So James, let's crack on. What was the next story you really wanted to discuss and for our listeners to be aware of?
So I wanted to look at a really interesting development on Hinge. Now, Hinge is a dating platform that I've never been on.
Okay.
In fact, Shay, I'm so old, I've never been on a dating platform.
You and I both.
There we are.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Do you want to know how old I am, Shay? I've been to a wedding where the two people that met on a dating platform lied about the fact that they met on they said that they didn't meet because it was considered so. Now everybody meets on dating platforms.
Now it's like one of my dear friends who I'm seeing actually next Tuesday. She says this all the time. She's now a proud mum, but she and her partner met on a dating app.
Yeah.
But years ago, when they told us they met, it was, oh no, we met in a bar.
There you go, yeah.
In London
completely.
on a night out, and we just clicked.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, actually, no, we swiped left or right or whatever it was, or up or down, who knows.
Yeah.
So it's a different world.
It is a different world. Now, Hinge is considered a reputable dating site.
Okay.
I believe they put women first in terms of how they position their dating site.
Okay.
But what I think is really interesting is a development that they have created and how technology affects our lives. Hinge has launched a feature called Signals, and what it does is award a Purple Heart badge for daters who read profiles properly, left thoughtful comments and followed through on conversations over a rolling 30-day window. The badge can't be bought or gained instantly and is Hinge's attempt to nudge users away from mindless swiping and towards a bit more vulnerability and effort.
Okay,
So
most people are going to say, isn't that the difference between just having a one-night stand and actually having a full-on conversation and following up on dates? Isn't that what basic human dating was meant to be about?
I think it probably is, but it's interesting that it's taking a technology platform, Hinge in this case, to actually give a badge, in this case a Purple Heart badge, to encourage people to do it in a responsible, vulnerable, open and honest way. I actually think it's quite interesting, and I think it's probably a good development. I mean, I'd love to know the thoughts of the listeners. I mean, would a badge actually change how you behave on a dating app? Is this Hinge solving a real problem or gamifying connection even further?
Yeah,
it's interesting.
or just reminding users on the app that you've got to get to know the person that you're about to see and to date.
That's right. I do wonder, and I also wonder is, once you've got that Purple Heart badge, I wonder if there is a temptation to behave a bit less
and you want to be a bit naughty and not read.
Exactly. I wonder if once you've got and qualified for the heart, then you can start, not being as good a dating citizen as you once were.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a fascinating development.
So, I say this all the time. So Sonny and I have been together 22 years, and in actuality, if I was to start dating now, I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to do like a starter course or something. Do you know what I mean? Because everything now, from conversations I have with friends who are currently dating, it is all digital first.
Yes. Yeah, completely.
And then in-person connection later.
And knowing the etiquette as well.
Yeah.
And knowing the right amount of time to leave before WhatsApp responses.
Oh, God, that would wind me up.
Oh, I get very scared with any games. And, oh, no, you've replied too quickly. I mean, there we go.
Yeah, it's an interesting world.
Yes.
But talking about the nostalgia of dating, you want to take us back even further.
I do.
With the Commodore.
So I had a Commodore 64.
Okay.
Well before my Nintendo Entertainment System.
Right.
It was a gaming console before. It was more like a computer, really. But Commodore have actually stayed around as a business. And they're doing something amazing, really retro. I think we might have spoken before, Shay, about how satisfying it was when people had flip phones to close your flip phone.
Best feeling.
Right, isn't it? It makes you feel powerful. It was such a kind
I'm
of
on
90s
a call
thing.
and then
Bang.
close.
Look, I'll have to call you back.
Boom, put the phone down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Commodore are bringing back a flip phone. Now, they're bringing back a flip phone for a number of reasons. It's going to be called the Callback 8020, and it's a modern flip phone. Now, The aesthetic sounds quite cool. I'm
Right.
quite excited. But it does have a slightly more serious duty because check this out. It blocks social media. It blocks browsers and email at hardware level. So it means you can't have stuff on it. You can have WhatsApp on it. You can have Maps on it. You can have Spotify on it. Effectively, this is the antidote to a smartphone. This is a
Okay.
dumb phone.
Yes.
And I think this is the perfect way. If you need a digital detox,
This is
maybe
it.
this sort of thing. And they're not
Yeah.
the first, but I do think it's an exciting development. And also, when we do think as parents that our children might need a phone, I think you're probably more likely to buy them a quote-unquote dumb phone than you are a smartphone to
sure.
remove the temptations of those apps that they might not need.
And it's that thing, isn't it? We talk about it, James, all the time in terms of adults, guardians leading by example. If you've got one of these phones, then you're in the cool club and hopefully your kids will follow, if you know what I mean.
It's a really good point. Do you know what, Shay? I'm going to make a promise on air now
Go
to hold
on.
myself accountable.
Yes.
When these come out and they become affordable, and I think they'll be pretty affordable, I'm going to try and ditch my smartphone for a month. If they're available now, I'll do it by next month. And
Okay.
I'll tell you
How it
what my
goes.
life has been like without a smartphone.
Wonderful.
And I'll come back with an on the ground journalism
Yes.
of what my experience without a smartphone has been like. Because
And
I need a digital detox.
I think
I'm
many
aware
of us would say that, James, but what's fascinating is your expertise and your day job. You are a social media and technology expert. So if you can live without a smartphone, then there's hope for us all. So I cannot wait to find out how that happens. Just finally, because we're going to head to the school run segment momentarily, you did want to talk WhatsApp. Tell us about this.
This is almost a very BBC thing. This is a public service announcement. If you go on WhatsApp now, soon, when you give your WhatsApp details to somebody that you meet, you won't have to give them your phone number. You can give them your username. WhatsApp are opening up usernames. It's going to be rolled out country by country, but you can reserve your username already.
Now.
So go into WhatsApp if you've got it.
Yep.
Type, I think you go to accounts and then register the username.
Yeah.
And if your username hasn't gone, I managed to get my full name. That's why I can now tell people about it. So other James Erskines out there don't kind of nab mine.
Wow.
But in the world, you will have a unique username that you can give, just like your social media handle. And that is being rolled out now. It's interesting because what that does is take the phone number element away from WhatsApp. It makes it almost a bit more of a social network.
Okay.
And the other thing that Meta are doing, which is a lot smaller story, but they're actually in Instagram as of next month, letting people go in and tinker with the algorithm. If they want to see a bit less sport content, if they want to see a little bit less...
Interesting. So you get ownership back of what you want to see.
Exactly the point. You get ownership of how you appear on WhatsApp. You get ownership of the content you're seeing on Instagram.
If you flip that conversation on its head, though, some listeners will be thinking, if you are going down the wrong rabbit hole and you alter your algorithm, you could just becoming end up in an echo chamber, let's say.
That's a really good point. And I do think that is a really well worth considering point of view. You can, of course, tweak these algorithms. I mean, look, I remember when Twitter was Twitter and it was my favourite, there was literally no algorithm.
Yeah.
Actually, a little bit of algorithmic sensibility helped the experience.
Okay.
If you did see some stuff from some users and you wanted to see more, it was better that it wasn't just a news feed.
Sure.
But yeah, I do think Twitter's gone too far with the algorithm, and I think other social platforms are going that way as well.
Well, listen, amazing stories this afternoon. It's always food for thought, but stay with us, James. We're going to head into the school run straight after Dusty Springfield, Son of a Preacher Man.